Hey guys, welcome to Judo Highlights. The 3 days of action has wrapped up at Tel Aviv, and so we're going to have a look at the top Ippons. And look at this Osotogari. Have you seen an Osotogari this fast before? And he knocks out his opponent in doing it. It's the second time I've seen it actually, one from Aviv as well. But incredible stuff. So Tel Aviv, definitely some big Ippons, some really nice newaza as well, and a couple of strange Ippons I've included in here as well. And some interesting plays with the new rule set, so we'll have a look at that too. So if you like this content, make sure you're subscribed, like the video, helps me out, and let's get into it. Big front Uchimata now from the Georgian, and Blue does almost a good job to defend it, but couldn't quite get out of it. Look at him throw that leg up there, but Blue just had the control of the top body to get it done. Peltrick Peter now with a nice Sorisuri Komigoshi right in front of his home crowd. Going across the body, mixing it in with an Osotogari. Really good way to do Sore. You see Abe do it a lot. Nice left, first right, Osotogari here. And you can see the look on Blue's face. He was just so exhausted and just put everything into this. Interesting grip around the shoulder. Probably not the greatest grip for an Osotogari, but gets it done. Bit of Ashiwaza now, and there wasn't that much Ashiwaza to be honest at the Tel Aviv Grand Slam, but I like this. Kosoto takes 2 stabs at it, watch his right foot, goes in here, 1, 2, and just sticks to him and gets the Ippon. Next up, an Uchimata fake into a Tani Otoshi, kind of like Aaron Wolf, and in the slow-mo here you can see the reaction he gets. Beautiful Ippon there. Here White goes in for a big Koshiguruma, but Blue just manages to rotate around him and get the Uranage. It's quite incredible considering his footing. He barely had a toe on the mat. One of my favorites now, and the Uzbekistan team is so good at this. Kosotogake, but doing it with an undergrip, kind of like a bear hug. Cass now in the final, and at first I thought he was thrown to the ground with a Kochigari, but he actually initiates the attack with a little bit of Ashiwaza and then a sacrifice throw. Leads Blue down to the ground and then secures the armbar. So in my pick video I had Cass as winning the thing, or Albarak, who ended up in the final against Cass. So I think I did a pretty good job there. This one's interesting, so Gambata drops in for a Kosotogake, but the direction is just all wrong. He ends up getting countered with that lovely Kochigari. Speaking of Kochigaris, here's a fast one. Ended up only getting a Wazari, but in my opinion this should be an Ippon. No, I mean, if you're rolling over your opponent like that, should it not be Ippon? I don't know. First one from Shamailov, or is it Shamilov? I'm not too sure. And this is so awkward. So he goes in for the Stemi Waza, but his leg, it loses all momentum, but he just kind of pushes up between Blue's hips and gets the throw. Now this is a beautiful piece of Ashiwaza. Reminds me of Malai. Stepping in with the Ochi and then the Sasai Surikomiyashi. Beautiful work, left first right. And look at this, just happens so quickly. The Mongolian just wasn't expecting it. Shamailov again now. And you can just see he's so strong in the positions. You can always see that he manages to just find a way to stay balanced. He doesn't fall over. He manages to generate so much strength even when he's on just one foot or in awkward positions. Here he is again with a nice bit of newaza. And as I said, strong balance, strong in the position. Manages to land in an advantageous position. Jumps on that Juji so quick. Gets the tap. So Shamailov really had a great day at Tel Aviv. You know, this Kosotogake, we've seen it a few times already in this video, but you see it a lot from the Europeans, and you don't see it much from the Japanese. It's just interesting, you know, there's so many different styles of judo, which makes it one of the greatest things to watch. Next, I'm not sure what to call this. Could be a variety of things, but just White dominated the grips. Blue didn't have anything. And that's why he went over so quickly, so easy and effortlessly. Look at this lovely Kataguruma. Katagurumas, you're seeing them so So much more these days and so many different variations as well. Smetov, strong in the position. 2 attempts at Seoi Nage and then the perfect transition. He's obviously practiced that a lot. Utsuri Goshi now. Big hand around the back, picks him up and then dumps him. One of the strongest throws in the game of judo. Although, Osotogari with the KOs, come on, that's a powerful throw. Here we have Garigos losing to a lovely Ochigari, low driving Ochigari, which is sad. I did pick Garigos to eventually get on the podium, but goes out early to this wonderful, wonderful Ochigari. Big reaction now. Look at the quick little flick with the foot to get the reaction, and then jumps in for the big Tani Otoshi. Just a little flick with the knee, and that got the huge reaction for the huge Ippon. Now I love this one because there's not only lift, but there's sideways momentum as well. She's not just picking her up and dumping her, but there's a lot of momentum going in the left direction. Look at that, that is a huge Ippon. Gasimov now, and I have to say, he has some of the weirdest judo on the circuit. I can't remember what this is called, it's some sacrifice throw, but it's so awkward. Salamandis now getting lovely Ippon on corral. Grip and go Osoto on the one side. You see this so often. Grabbing the lapel first and then grabbing the sleeve, jumping in at the same time. Such a good technique, very high frequency attack, that one. And again, Salamandis jumping down for the Seoi Nage, but Smith III, he goes over the other side, tries to escape it, but that's difficult to escape unless you're going to flip over. Big scramble here. Blue looked like he was going to get taken over, but manages to stand up again. And Majdov, he's got this really interesting counter to Uchimata's where he hooks the leg. Watch what he does with his leg there. See, he's already hooking it now. And then he lifts it up and rotates along with them. It's an interesting technique. Chochi now. And Chochi, he is an excellent judoka. You can always see that he's kind of ahead of the thinking process between his opponents. He always kind of knows what's going on. He knows how to fake people into certain things. So he's often using his grips and his speed to get Ippons, but here we see a lovely Juji. And just from the turnover to the execution, perfect. Now, I can't remember if you call this a kosoto because he's attacking the back leg. Someone correct me in the comments, but is this a kosoto? I feel there's another word for this one. I don't think it's an ashibarai on the back leg. Definitely don't think so. Now this one, I guess you could call it an osoto otoshi. She does drop down there onto the knee to secure the ippon. You don't see it too much these days, osoto otoshi. Especially with Ono Shohei kind of redefining what an osotogari should be, kind of going down and up over opponents instead of over and then down, leading through them. Chuchi again now, and this was unfortunate for Muki, but you can just see Chuchi is ahead of Muki. He's one step ahead of him, thinking throughout the process. He's one step ahead of the gripping exchanges, and then he just waits for his opportunity, gets his grips, waiting for that left hand. He's got it now, and now he's going to go in for his Yoko Otoshi. So Chuchi, just one step ahead, one step ahead. Although Muki, he had his big moments, this being one of them. He's got a really interesting Ogoshi. People just land differently when he does it. And as I said in a previous video, the best judoka always have something new and interesting to bring to the table. Heidorov now, and I think this was given a Wazari score, but I disagree. That's an Ippon. His shoulders went all the way across the mat. Lovely bit of Ashiwaza here, and does well to secure it on the way down. Looks like Blue was going to survive, but no. Control, control, control. Beautiful work. Another bit of Ashiwaza now, Kosotogari, and the double stab. Watch him take 2 attacks at it. Similar to the earlier example, but bit more emphatic this time. And just slams him down on the mat. Big Osotogari. And this guy, Masahiro from Kyrgyzstan, I think he trains at Kokushikan in Japan. So he's one to watch. Definitely coming up through the ranks. Another huge Osotogari here. And watch what he does with his right arm. It's not up in a traditional spot, but he uses his shoulder well to generate leverage. Another great one by Chochi here. Goes in for the Sode, doesn't get it. Still got the dominant grips. And just stand ahead of his opponent. Finds the opportunity. Gets the Ochigari. And look at this, in the final. Kochi Ochi. Such a classic combination. Big grip over the top as well. Such control. Buppo now, and this is a strange one. But according to the new rules, there's no stop in the movement, and so it's a score. But it's not the best Wazari I've seen in my life. This one, I feel sorry for Husseinov. He gets the Wazari, but as you can see, he ends up falling on his shoulder, and he actually injures himself and then loses the match because of it. And I did pick him to win the whole thing, so kind of an unfortunate event leading into the final. Now this one, I'm not sure if you can call it a kataguruma, but the grip that he has is really reminiscent of the Uchimata Sukashi that a lot of people do, but just used in a different way, so that's really, really awesome there. And look at this, just hooking in the leg and rotating, turning over his opponent at the same time, locking up the Sankaku. And here we see just an insane escape, but White just manages to get the pin. Very, very well done to read that. I had a guy escape my Seoi Nage by flipping over me the other day, and I didn't know what happened. I was like, what? What's going on? A nice Uchimata here, and I mean, just never stops going for it. It's got the grips. You just got to keep prodding, keep stabbing that leg in there, keep looking for the throw. Eventually you'll get it. A lovely Ochigari here. I love these running Ochigaris that I want to call them. Nagase is really good at these sorts of things. Off the grip. As soon as he got the grip, he was going. Here we have that infamous Kosotogake again. It's just a throw that everyone is using, especially the Europeans. And you can see, I mean, just look at Blue's posture. I mean, once your posture is going that way, there's almost no coming back from that. Especially when the grips are tight. Nice Uranage now, but I like it how he rotated around, just kind of dropped him to the floor underneath his own weight. Didn't need to go for the big throw. And this is Majov again, and I'm going to make a video about this, but if he didn't hook the leg, it wouldn't be a point. But because he's hooking the leg, it's a point. And that's really confusing to me. I don't understand it. And in this case here, he's doing the exact same thing, but isn't he forcing Kuchman into a head dive? Isn't that what this leg, hooking the leg like that, stops him from doing Uchimata in a particular way? I don't know. I'm going to have to do a little video on it. See what you guys think. I mean, look at this. How he got Blue to the ground was fabulous. And then the turnover into the pin, using the knee to stop him from rolling over, because that upper body control is not enough on its own. But now it is. Look at that. And this Ippon here, right on the buzzer, right on the last second, a big Haraigoshi at the heavyweights. Always love to see that. Steps in for the Ochi, Kosoto, throws the leg across for an Osoto and then changes it to Haraigoshi. Another Uchimata here. And we're going to finish up in about 3-4 more Ippons, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe if you're this far into the video. I always love my viewers who make it through these entire videos with me. And this is Albarak, and he's actually still throwing with that illegal technique. Well, not illegal, sorry, a technique that's no longer a score. We're using it to transition into Newaza. So that's really interesting. Blue trying to escape here, doesn't get it. And here's Mookie, and Mookie, he's got a weird tail nage. It's so low to the ground, he just like plows all his weight onto his opponent's forearm. And the last one, guys, I mean, Blue, he's lucky not to have a broken leg or a broken knee or something right here, right? Anyway, guys, thanks again. I'll see you later.